Most people's minds are going a million miles a minute, and they're either thinking about the past or they're thinking about the future. Okay, so I wanted to create this diagram of something that I was thinking about the other day. Something that popped into my head whenever I was meditating. Now, this is the triangle. Triangle is a very prominent shape in the spiritual world, especially in terms of like Buddhism and whatnot. And this triangle represents mind, body, and spirit, or soul. Some people like to use soul. I don't usually say spirit because it means almost something different, but I decided to put it on there in this case. The Bodhi tree. The Bodhi tree is the tree that Buddha supposedly meditated under before he came to enlightenment. But this is what I really wanted to get to. This is something that I thought about whenever I was in school a couple of years ago, and it was really sitting on me the day that I meditated, and this is why I want to show you why, or show you how. So the iceberg, this is an iceberg, in case you haven't noticed from my fancy drawing. And what do you notice about icebergs? And there's so many analogies today with icebergs, the success iceberg, the failure iceberg, all these different icebergs. This is a different iceberg. This iceberg represents you. There's the top part, which we can go in several different directions, but for this I'm going to go with what I had on the board whenever I wrote it a few days ago. Mind, body, soul. And I'm going to use this whole diagram or picture to preach to you why meditation is important. Most of us live up here at the tip of the iceberg. We live in our mind. And I'm going to keep this video short. I really can't think of too much to say on this. It's pretty straightforward. You'll either get this or it'll go right over your head. Beneath the iceberg is your body. So your mind is up here and your body is down here. And this doesn't simply mean physical distance, like your head's on top and your body is beneath your head. It just so happens to fall like that. Your body is where a lot of your wisdom lies. Most people spend almost no time in their body. They spend all of their time in their mind. It's why caffeine is so popular and coffee is so popular. And why I wrote my book, Coffeeholism. There is a lot to experience in your body. And the closer you experience wisdom in your body, the closest you can be to your soul. you might have moments whenever you wake up in the morning and these thoughts, maybe there's some of you out there already, these thoughts come at you at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And you're like, where'd all these thoughts come from? Where all these thoughts come from? This is you being in good contact with your body. And this is what meditation does for us. Not cheap meditation or westernized meditation where you're sitting listening to new age spa music. That's not meditation. Meditation is sitting quietly with yourself for a period of time. If you can do it for even 5 minutes, that's great. Meditation creates mindfulness. Now, a lot of people who aren't familiar with meditation, they get confused between the two. What's the difference between meditation and mindfulness? And unfortunately, in Western society, the words are getting thrown around a lot interchangeably, and there is a difference. Mindfulness is the byproduct of meditation. It's the byproduct of meditation. You can be mindful without meditating, but most people aren't mindful. Most people's minds are going 1,000,000 miles a minute, and they're either thinking about the past or they're thinking about the future. It doesn't matter if they're washing their dishes or if they're brushing their teeth. They're not here. And that's what mindfulness is. Mindfulness is the byproduct of meditation. The reason I bring this up is because meditating will help you go from here to here in your body. There's a chapter in Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now, which specifically talks about this, how spirituality and wisdom lives within your body. I read the whole book, and a lot of the book went over my head, although I love listening to him speak on YouTube. But a lot of the book went over my head. The one part that did make sense to me was that chapter on wisdom living in the body and presence living in your body. Now, the power of now living in your body. And that, when you can bring yourself from up here to down here consistently, meditation is a practice. It's a practice that must be done every day. It's not something that you do once a week. It's not something that you do at yoga class for 5 minutes with new age spa music going on in the background. Meditation is you sitting quietly with yourself. And a lot of people say that meditation is hard, they can't do it. Somebody used a great term today, which was special snowflake. Oh, I can't meditate, that's not for me. My mind goes 1,000,000 miles per minute. That works for other people, but it doesn't work for me. You're a special snowflake. And I don't mean snowflake in the sense like you're dainty. I mean, you're making up all these excuses about why you can't do it, and you can't. You're just making up all these excuses about why you can't do it, and you're fighting on not being able to do it. Everybody can meditate. Everybody can meditate. And that meditation can help you take yourself out of your mind and into your body. And this is important because that helps you to connect with, you can call it your soul. Actually, what should be down here is greater consciousness. You can call that God or whatever. God speaks very quietly. God speaks in silence. And a lot of people don't hear him. What can we put in here? Most people don't hear him because they're stuck up in their head. I hope I spelled that right. We'll just call it the great consciousness. And if you haven't caught on yet, this is the ocean. This is infinite wisdom. Infinite wisdom lives down here. You are not infinite wisdom, but wisdom lives inside you, and you're connected to infinite wisdom. But most people live up here. They live up there in their ego. And maybe you don't want peace of mind, but I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you do. And this is my preach on meditation. There was a quote that I used to use, and I'm trying to remember what it was. The ego is like the tip of an iceberg. The ego is like the tip of an iceberg. But beneath it is a vast ocean. This is my rant for why you should meditate. This kind of got me started on the whole thing. These were thoughts that came to me whenever I was meditating, but this is really what I wanted to get to. Don't be a special snowflake. Don't be that person who says, oh, I can't meditate. It's scary in there. Yeah, it can be. Oh, I can't meditate. I just can't sit still. I can't meditate. The kids are always yelling. I can't meditate, etc., etc. Excuse. I meditate every day, sometimes twice a day. And since I've been here, multiple times a day. And it has nothing to do with time. Time is a product of your mind. If you want to do something, you'll find a way to make it happen. If you want to do something, you'll find the time. Time is relative. It's relative. This is my rant on why you should meditate. Just to recap, mindfulness is the byproduct of meditation, and meditating helps you get out of your mind and into your body. And this is just one practice of that, of how you can do that. And in other videos, if I get to those videos, we'll dive into these other ways that you can get out of your mind in a good way into your body, and that helps you connect with greater consciousness, whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, what have you. Although this isn't necessarily the means, like the end-all means of why you're doing this. The means of doing all of this is so that you can be present. I wrote a book on this whole thing. It's called, well, it doesn't really matter what it's called. I'm going to leave the link in the description. It is for sale on Amazon for a hefty price, but it's also on sale on my website for like over 90% off. And I wrote it. It's about things that I learned about health and fitness while I was in the Navy. It's nothing ego-based. It's no rah-rah, get after it shit. It's nothing like that. It's a product of meditation. So if you enjoyed this little video, check that out, or don't. Either which way, I hope that this has helped you out some, maybe opened your mind up to something. And whenever you find yourself getting lost in the sauce of your head, just remember that the ego is like the tip of an iceberg, but beneath it is a vast ocean. Thank you.